Couple of weeks ago when the Luna, things happened and we saw the entire crypto market crumble down, I thought with the entire leadership team of the Kryptomon company, we had the feeling that even though we wanted to keep the news, let's say, and sharing in a proper timing, we thought that it was good for us. It was, nice to share with you all guys that actually we closed a very big Series A investment round. And so that whatever happened in the crypto market, aside from, of course, personal gains, as all of us, we also, a little bit crypto investors and whatever, but from the company perspective, let's say we were not worried, because at the end of the day, we wanted always to have enough resources, to make sure that we will be here for long term, we will be here building, and so on. So back in November, so this is something that me and also the leadership team have worked a lot, because it usually takes 6 months. Back in November, end of November, I've started the fundraising process, and I said, okay, I don't want the company to rely only on the valuation of the KMON coin, because otherwise the entire team, it will be worried, checking the KMON coin price every single day and not focusing on what really matters, which is building a very good product, a great product. Because at the end of the day, if you have a great product that people loves it, then the token value and everything will rise. And so I don't want it to have the company and all the team members checking DEX tools every second to understand what is the company financial situation. And so we started raising fund. And so we shared that indeed we closed the round, but we didn't told about how much we raised and with whom, especially. So shall I go straight, Tomer, or do you want to say something on top of it? Or I will go tackle immediately the news.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just adding to what you said, that as we promised, the whole way, we promised that we won't be adding any pressure to the token circulating supply by selling more tokens to the market. As you all know, so indeed we raised everything with the equity. So Umberto, the rest of the team, everyone at the team, we kept the promise, guys. No tokens were sold, not even one. Yeah, so give them the news.
Yeah, I think now the time for the news is also up, because we were actually timing perfect, because the announcement now is also officially live on Business Insider. So guys, we are very happy to share that the Kryptomon company has finally closed its Series A investment round, and we raised $10 million from gaming and tech VCs, especially from the Silicon Valley and from Tel Aviv ecosystem. So we are very happy to share this. As I said, with this $10 million, cash, we will be able to keep working for the next even 2 years without even worrying about what is going to happen to the KMON coin. And this is, is the most important things at the end of the day. You want to have enough resources to keep building and, stay here. And so with this round, we are finally, consolidate our position, consolidate our company foundation. So now the company is way more solid from any other perspective. And finally, as you remember when we started, we always said we are not a crypto project, but we are a gaming company. Also, this funding round with these players will finally, position the Kryptomon company outside of the crypto project branding space, which like any other crypto gaming project that you can find right now. But we finally set ourselves for what we really are, a gaming company which is using leveraging blockchain to offer a better gaming experience, a new gaming experience. So who invested? I think it's also an important question. So as we said, we raised $10 million. Our lead investor is called NFX, which is one of the most famous tier one early stage venture capital from San Francisco, Silicon Valley. They had investment like Playtika, Lyft. You can just go to their website and you see how many very big and strong tech company these guys have invested in, and we're very happy to be part, to be selected and to be part of this huge family, which is really important for us, and especially also the knowledge that we are getting from, the network that we can get from them. Very happy to have NFX as our lead investor. It would be amazing to work with them in the next years to bring Kryptomon from an early company as it is right now to become, one of the biggest and next gaming company in the future. Alongside NFX, we got other very interesting player invested us. We have Griffin Gaming Partner. I saw that yesterday someone in the community spotted their logo in the spoiler we made. Griffin Gaming Partner is also an amazing investor, an amazing player. For giving you an example, I think you all know one of the investment is Discord. Griffin Gaming Partner was one of the earliest investor in Discord at the very beginning, and then they helped also Discord to become what Discord is today. So we're also very proud to bring them on board. Together with them, we also have other two very important players, which are Tal Venture, another big VC from Israel, from Tel Aviv. Super amazing people with a great knowledge, especially in scaling company from a tech perspective. And last but not least, at the end of the day, what you see, we got a lot of, let's say, VC, gaming, and tech related investors. But we missed when we were working on, when I was trying to raise the fund, I thought, okay, we need also people from the industry. We want to have more people coming from the industry. And I'm also happy to say that we also brought on board Play Studios as investors. And for those who doesn't know, Play Studio is a mobile gaming company also based in the US, publicly listed in the NASDAQ, with millions and millions of mobile players. And we are very happy to start working also with them because they are going to support us in the entire game design and game development. Because at the end of the day, we are an early company, so there is a lot of things that we still need to learn. And bringing a player like Play Studios, which is instead a very well-established mobile gaming company, it will help us a lot to grow in terms of knowledge, capabilities, tech, and when you do something new for the first time, you can do a lot of mistakes. But having people like them on board definitely will help us out to avoid those mistakes. So very happy to share this. Finally, I mean, this news was under an embargo since I think a couple of months, because actually the round has been closed a month and a half ago. Then, all the technicalities and everything. And we're finally happy to share with all of you that Kryptomon now is taking a very leap forward toward our objective of really recreating the world that we were dreaming when playing Pokemon as kids. Tomer, anything else also you wish to add to this?
No, I think you've said it all. We're very happy to announce this fundraising, and we, as promised, again, guys, we kept our promise, not selling even one token. We brought on board everybody by equity, and we've added some of the greatest names in the industry out there to the company, both as advisors, which we'll reveal in the next month probably, and as shareholders. So looking forward to start working with all of these amazing teams that has been extended now with these VCs and Play Studios. And that's about it, Umberto.
Look who just joined us also, Amit. Let's see if I can start also talking. And this is kind of a very big celebration for us as a team.
Hey guys.
As you can imagine. Hey guys.
Yes, Amit, Chief Strategy Officer of Kryptomon. I just wanted to stop by and say how happy we are for this entire collaboration, the opportunities, the strategic partnerships that we can build through this fundraising will be amazing. I just wanted to stop by and say this. And thank you for all of you, because without you, we wouldn't have anything. And we really appreciate you as our community. So thank you.
So I don't know if there is any question. I mean, let's try to transform this in an AMA rather than just the three of us cheering on on this very good news. Is there any question coming from the community, guys? Feel free to text on the Telegram group. I'm reading it. If you have any question, we will very happy to answer about it. To give you, in any case, a little bit of perspective, of course, how this funding will be invested. Yeah, 90%, I would say, at least 80% of the entire fund they're raising, it will just go into product. So this funding has been budgeted to last for the next 18, 24 months. And the main objective for these funds is indeed not really focusing on, let's say, bigger user acquisition, but mainly focusing on product building. So we are now heavily hiring in all the product position and, to boost and accelerate the entire product development in order to bring you the best game as fast as we can. And this is how it's going to be, mainly use the current funds. And alongside from this, of course, this will help us, to move forward and to bring more and more value to the company, because the more the product will advance, the more value we will be capable to generate, the more value we will capable for generate for you as a community, for all of us as a community, but also then we will gather new partnerships. As you can imagine, the moment that the news also popped out, a lot of reliable companies at our company started to reach out to us because now they're looking at us in a different shape. I see some question on what's the total valuation of the crypto according to the VCs. So the current round, we closed $10 million at a $50 million valuation. So the equity, the company has been valued at $50 million, and is an amazing number if you consider that the crypto company is not either 1 year old. I mean, the moment that we closed the deal, it was like 7 months, 8 months old. So we are very happy to have achieved also such as high valuation. But I think at the end of the day, it's not like, tricking, it's more like really proving what we're worth. At the end of the day, if you look at the Kryptomon team, the advisory, our community, and trust me, when I was running and when I was doing the entire the fundraising, one of the biggest assets and one of the things that all those VCs look at us was exactly because there was not a lot of product that they can judge about it at the end of the day. But of course, they look at the team, they look at our vision, they look at our previous traction, so what we have done till then. And then most on top of that, they looked at our community and they saw a very healthy, supportive, happy community, critical when it has to be, supportive when it has to be. And they said this is something that, of course, is not common at all in the industry, because as you can imagine, these people are receiving a lot of, plenty of presentation of other companies, of other projects. And we got the feedback that indeed a community so healthy and so solid like ours is something really unique. And so they were really astonished and flabbergasted by how we are as a community and how are bonded together. So that was also a very crucial part. And also one of the things that convinced them is also the fact that, as always, as you all know, we always said we are here as a gaming company, as not as a crypto company. And also this is something they realized that we are very focused and we were not joking about. So actually, if you go on Business Insider, you will find an article about us. It's just been published like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, which is also the pitch deck, the deck slides that we used to raise the fundraising. And you will see, as you can see, there will be very few mentions about the token price and the KMON coin. So not a lot of focus on the crypto aspects and the token, short gain, but all our pitch deck is all about the game, our community, how the company will be sustainable. And so they said this is also what they really liked, that amongst all the Web3 project and they get in touch with, we were one of the few that will really be focused on the product, really be focused on the game and building something sustainable and that works, instead of saying, yeah, invest now, we pump it with marketing and then we cash out, which at the end of the day is not what we're looking for, is not what you guys are looking for, and neither them. So also this for us has been a great things. Let me just go through some other questions. We see, how is it going with the mobile? Look, Toastpunk, have a bad news. I mean, I can bring Brian on board. Today, our app on Android for the closed beta has been rejected again for the second time. And the reason why it has been rejected is because we said that the app has to be played by 18 plus only, and instead they think that it could be played by also younger people. It's just a rating kind of things. And so now we need to re-upload the app again, changing the rating and waiting for another 5 days. So, and this is the second time they just pushed us back on this rating things. But luckily, from the mobile perspective, the Android app is going well. I mean, we are there as soon as Google let us, share it. We will be happy to do it. Hopefully, now by the end of the week, if everything goes well, we count for 5 days, we will be able to open the closed beta for the for the trainer badge owners. So everything is going well. In any case, the Android app has been tested already by the team, by the internal from the squad team. So Brian is playing on the mobile since I think a month and a half. So everything is working there. This is regarding Android. Regarding iOS, this is another topic because of course the app also for iOS is ready, but we have some I wouldn't say problem. I would say more some difficulties together with Apple. Because of course, as you know, Apple is really strict on everything that you can buy or sell. Especially, they wish us to transact more of the things as in-app purchases, even though are not possible. So we are now fighting. Let's say, sit down with Apple to trying to find an agreement of what is possible, what they want compared to what is possible they can achieve. And it might be that iOS it will take more time until we don't find this. Let's say. Middle ground together with Apple, or the possible solution that we already have in plan, might require an extra development of the features, which it was already planned for the end of the year. We're just doing earlier, but this will, of course, delay the release on iOS. Let me see if I vary some other questions. I think about the app. Will Play Studio help with the mobile app? Yes. So what are the Play Studio we're going to work with together with the Play Studio is a kind of common sharing knowledge. So we are going to, of course, share our knowledge with them and help them, regarding communities and everything, because at the end of the day, we can mutually, grow from this agreement, from this investment. And on the other hand, they're going to support us, especially on the entire game design, game economy, game operation, DevOps, live ops, because there's so many things behind the game that we are not even there. And thanks to Play Studio, we will start addressing them. And together with Play Studio, we will work, let's say, on the project that now is called Treasure Hunt 2.0. So on the Treasure Hunt 2.0, is going to be the next evolution of the treasure hunt. Is going to be probably the moment where the current treasure hunt, it will be integrated in the game with different, with an add-on of mechanics that also will allow player to play as in a free-to-play mode. So meaning that we are planning to allow non-crypto player to play with Kryptomon even without the NFT. But of course, their game will be capped. So meaning that they will not be capable to earn KMON coin. They will not be capable to participate in the PvP tournaments. They will not be able to breed and doing everything. But Treasure Hunt 2.0 will serve as a demo, let's say a light version of the Kryptomon game. So a new person that want to enter in the space doesn't need to really go and understand what NFT are and everything, but they can just immediately start playing with the Kryptomon because the game is available. And then we will help them transition from playing with a fake Kryptomon and then moving them into the real game, which is with the NFT. And the Treasure Hunt 2.0 will be part of it. Just to give you a spoiler, one of the ideas that we have is that instead of you going around and find only eggs, you might find also wild Kryptomon around that you need to fight. And if you will be able to fight and to win against those Kryptomon, then either you're going to get a discount to buy it, or you can actually redeem that Kryptomon. So this is going to be the Treasure Hunt 2.0. It will be more immersed and in the game, and Play Studio will work with us. Actually, we started already working with us on this one.
I have something I want to add to this aspect. If we look at the entire play to earn, play and earn, or in general blockchain gaming ecosystem, I think one of our core focuses moving forward, and especially using the funds that we just raised, is basically lowering the barriers of entry towards blockchain gaming. I think currently most games, at least within the blockchain gaming space, are only relevant to blockchain gamers, early adopters. However, from the first minute we incepted Kryptomon, our focus was talking about the casual gamers worldwide, not only looking at the crypto gamers. So when we move forward with the app, our focus, also with our simplex integration and everything, to make the app as seamless as possible for a user that doesn't have the experience within crypto. So maybe not at first, because this takes some development and we do want to get the app up and running for you guys. But moving forward, our focus is making the app approachable for people who don't know what crypto is, what a MetaMask is, what an NFT is, what's Binance Smart Chain, and basically enabling them to play and participate within our ecosystem without understanding that they're getting KMON tokens for their participation, or that they're buying NFTs. They will always be able to withdraw them to their wallets, but we're trying to build something that will enable them to participate within our metaverse while not even understanding that it's a Web3 metaverse. For them, it's just a game that they enjoy and they want to play in. And for you, for all those that are coming from the Web3 era, you'll be able to have both the Web2 players playing with you while also having Web3 integration, while withdrawing to MetaMask, converting tokens, buying NFTs and whatnot. So this is also something that is very important to us. And I think that on that front, we are one of the leading games currently within the gaming ecosystem.
Thanks for adding, Tomer, Amit. That's actually, you said it right. I mean, since the beginning, we always said that. And I will say that we always managed and always look at this company as a Web2 company for a lot of operations. And so working in the Web3 space, but as a Web2. And I think this brings us a lot of, complexity, of course, because we are not going like crazy pumping and everything, blah, 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 for short term, because we know that this is not a sprint, but this is a marathon. And since it's a marathon, working as a, web tech company, so be really focused on the product first, delivering great value to the users, trying to onboard everyone, increase the UX. So today I was talking indeed with the growth advisor, and he just starting into this Web3, and he said, "Wow, but this is crazy. I mean, if someone today want to really play Web3 gaming, I mean, you really want to do it, because otherwise people will. I mean, a normal player after the first bottleneck will leave it. It will never join." And this is going to be probably our also next big challenge. And again, this funding is going to be very helpful for us, because the next challenge, especially from the next year, it will be how do we more integrate seamlessly all the Web3 component, making sure that even a random guy, which is not coming from the Web3 world, but wants to play our game, it will be capable to play it. And then also will be capable to enjoy the Web3 components without even noticing. And I think when we're going to reach that point, then we can assure that we kind of almost win the battle. I think those two are the biggest, challenge for play to earn gamifying concept. First of all, building a great game, and second one, how can we ease the entire UX experience, for starting the game.
I completely agree with you. I see that there are other questions within the group.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it's a Stefanos asks, how does the game will look like when the open world is live? Too early, I know, but how do you vision it currently? Well,
Summer, you have
yeah, kind of.
noises. Yeah.
Yeah, you have noises. If you can maybe mute. So it's difficult to say it by word exactly how it's gonna look like. What I can say is that sooner we're gonna start sharing more references because finally our 3D team is at full speed and we're already creating different things. But you and I have seen some scenery. Ideally, is a third-person view game, so you will be capable to go around. You will see your character. You have your Kryptomon next to you. There's going to be this 3D world where you have to take and interact. So third person 3D view, I will say it can give you a references. But I will tell Brian, because he's really jealous to not giving all the spoilers. He wants to keep all the spoilers for his AMA, because otherwise he's not going to have content to share, and he wants to have content. But we will share also more references to some prototype that we already have, which is very, very basic prototype just to testing, the first mechanic of the 3D. But it will definitely give you a reference of how everything will look like. To those discounted price if the owner decide to make this KMON available to be brought through a treasure hunt. Correct, Andy. This is one of also the ideas. One idea that I had was actually also to, for example, we were thinking when we do give players, a free Kryptomon, a fake Kryptomon instead, we're not generating a Kryptomon out of the blue, but actually we'll propose one of the Kryptomon up to 3 Kryptomon that are actually on sale on the market. So a player can start already playing with that Kryptomon, create a bond with that Kryptomon, and then when the moment that he wants to move to the real game, he will probably already go and buy the Kryptomon that he used to work with, he used to play with. As well as, for example, transferring the training level that he moved from A to B. So it's still, what I will say there is that it's still kind of a high level design. We know exactly what we want to achieve. And then in the upcoming couple of months, we will start deep diving into the different game mechanics. My plan is to have, let's say, a first prototype by the end of the year. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but this is my objective. So I'm trying to make it possible. But first, we need to finally scope the game design. But ideally, let's say that in the upcoming couple of months throughout the summer, you will also know, you will learn more how this Treasure Hunt 2.0 project will start and it will go. Do you think Kryptomon will have an AI brain becoming even more alive? Well, currently, right now, of course, with in the PVE, we're starting. We had it AI, of course, for the battle mechanics. We haven't actually thought about having an AI brain also for the Kryptomon. Because implicitly is already there, because based on the DNA, the Kryptomon react and act in a specific way. But this is a nice concept that blockchain tools we might gonna. I hope that Brian is listening or is reading. I'm sure. We might pick up. It just sparked some flames. Will they be able to select from the market which they want to play as a free-to-play? That is one of the idea, Tickling. That is one of the idea. Of course, every idea, of course, is always comes with the pros and the cons, because let's say that I let you start playing with a Kryptomon which is on the marketplace, of course, for free. But then what happens if that Kryptomon goes sold? So everything has to be addressed. But the initial idea is indeed that one, to allow player to look, search, and see which Kryptomon are available in the market, and say, okay, I want to start playing with this one as a free to play.
Another interesting one for Amit, I think. Sorry, guys, just I have a lot of noise from my end, so I muted myself for most of this conversation. Amit, this one is for you about the Ponzi scheme pyramid view of the crypto market. It's good that you joined us. I think you can pick it up and explain a little bit about how our economics works, unlike most other play to earn companies.
Yeah, so I'll be more than happy to talk a little bit about this. So I think we were pretty much the first ones in August of 2021 who coined the phrase play and earn. No one ever talked about play and earn. Everything was play to earn, how strong, how booming is play to earn, Axie Infinity, Illuvium, and all other projects that came afterwards, basically cementing the concept of earn as a very core focus for the users. So let me just, for those who are not really versed in it, I'll just differentiate a little bit between play to earn and play and earn. Basically, when you look at incentives within gaming, especially Web3 gaming, you have two basic incentive mechanisms. The first one is the monetary one. How much I'm going to make from playing the game, how much can I earn, what do I need to buy in order to earn more, can I earn a salary? And those obviously brings very specific people, a very specific audience, not necessarily gamer oriented towards your game. And the second one is how addictive, how enjoyable, how immersive your game is, basically just like a Web 2 game. So when we looked at play to earn, those two functionalities, those two incentive mechanisms were monetary incentive. The money you make is first, the primary one, and how good and how interesting the game is second. A lot of times you could hear developers of Axie Infinity saying that even if they developed a game that was only a big red button and they would press the button and you would earn money, people would play it. And that's also true because people created very significant incomes within third world countries, and that's very important. But also the core game loop and the meta game wasn't the focus. This was the secondary outcome or the secondary objective for the project. However, when we look at play and earn, those two incentive mechanisms reverse. So the primary one becomes how interesting the game is, how good the game is, how addictive it is, how immersive it is, how enjoyable it is for the end user. And then the second one is how much I'm going to make from the game. Now, we didn't need to prove that play to earn didn't work. Play to earn Ponzi-like mechanisms, basically building upon breeding to be the source, the only incentive for the distribution of new tokens to the ecosystem, proved itself that it's unsustainable. And we saw that with many games, not only Axie Infinity, Tetan Arena is also a good example. And I'm not saying that they are bad games or they are bad projects. They worked with their economies for a very specific time. And basically, when you can't onboard new players with a significant amount of new players, then you will have a problem with your economic model. Now we're looking at play and earn, and as I said, we were the first one to coin the phrase play and earn because this was always our focus. Our focus was building a great game that people enjoy, a great game that has a very strong community behind it. We have the lore, we have the comics. We're trying to build the entire story, not only focusing on what exactly the Kryptomons do in-game. We're focused on building an amazing story for you guys. And on top of that, we're also talking about the earn part. So basically, this will enable you to enjoy the game, not focusing specifically on how much you're basically making on the game, but in the meanwhile, while you're playing and enjoying your time spent in the game, you're also monetizing your time, so to speak. So basically, you'll be earning rewards that have cash-like equivalent. And this is currently where the scope is going. And in terms of the Ponzi-like mechanics, because we're not only based on breeding, we're also based on our marketplace and the trading volume that occurs there. And also, just so you know, our most significant revenue is from loot boxes. It's not even from the breeding itself. So basically, the loot boxes are basically not diluting the amount of Kryptomons within the market. They're not diluting the tokens, and we're not distributing more tokens that we are receiving. So basically, we're always doing what is called a cyclical cycle, and basically not diluting the token significantly for you to hold the tokens and lose moving forward just because the amount of tokens in the market is increasing significantly. So in terms of that type of model, currently it's very sustainable for us. Hopefully, the larger that we get, the more tokens that we distribute out, and basically the cycle continues, and the more people that we onboard. Just remember that this is basically ground zero. Axie Infinity at its top had around 2 million active daily players. And in our situation, we're currently at around, how much is it? 2,500, 3,000 active users?
Yeah, correct.
So we're just like very early on, and just in terms of the amount of NFTs. Most projects that happened after when we launched had a very specific model as to how they raised funds. Basically, they built a community. They did a full minting at the beginning with a whitelist through Discord and everything. In the meanwhile, selling to gaming guilds as well their assets and basically creating this funnel. We never worked like that. We don't have one gaming guild with us today that we sold NFTs to. I think a lot of projects, we only have around 12,000 Kryptomons currently in the market. Around 12? How much is it?
Yeah, 13,000.
Yes, 13,500. Yeah.
Projects that are around for 3, 4, 5 months have way more NFTs in the market than we do. Basically, we're trying to build a very sustainable game because we're not only focusing on building a blockchain game, we're focused on building a great gaming company that you enjoy the product of our making. And ever since we started, our focus was the community. We were community first from day one. You can remember in June and July of last year that Umberto would go live on Discord and sharing the sketches of the original Genesis Kryptomons, and he gave the opportunity to choose how they look like to the community because Umberto understood that he's not building the game from himself. He's building the game for the community, and the community needs to be engaged and involved and part of the process. So ever since the beginning, we've been community first. Ever since the beginning, our focus was under promising and over delivering. And I think that until now, and especially with this fundraising, you can see that we're moving in the right direction. Yeah, sorry, I just did like a very long.
It was good. It was great. Amit, it was great. We enjoyed it a lot, man.
I didn't.
It was
very thorough. Very.
Wasn't
thorough.
planning on a Martin Luther King speech, you know.
Yeah, it was it looks like you were like there eager. Okay, when is my time? When is my time? Yeah, when is my time? When is my time? When is
everything, my time? Everything. I didn't even have a script. Everything is coming from the heart and for the community, obviously.
I think that we're also like a little bit underestimating, guys. One huge thing that has happened in this fundraising, we are, I think that we are maybe the only crypto gaming company that so far has raised funds directly from a publicly listed gaming company on the Nasdaq, right? Like like Play Studios are a publicly traded company on the Nasdaq. I think that this is the first time that such a thing happens to a crypto gaming project.
I think that we're one of the. I think we're pretty much the first one that has a live game. I think there are obviously some that are currently in their development stages or in stealth mode, but not one that has a live project with around 500,000 community members.
Yeah, well, I think, that in terms of also investment, and this is interesting, to get exposure, if someone would like to get exposure, to some kind of the NFT gaming world, to traditional trading stocks on the market, this also gives an opportunity with Play Studios. The fact that they actually put their trust, in the team, and after, giving us, of course, all of the due diligence that we with them, when you remember, Amit, they were in Israel and they met us and they went to meet Umberto and the team in Amsterdam, and they came over to our company retreat. They completely didn't take it lightly, like as their move, to move into the field. And I'm sure, that their help is going to be a real game changer, for us than the rest of the gaming projects out there. Their contribution is going to be great. And it's important indeed to state, as Umberto said, that we are working very closely with them about the game. It was asked in the group, and indeed we are working closely with them about creating everything from A to Z in the game. If it's a gaming experience, game economics, the new Treasure Hunt game that Umberto was talking about, Treasure Hunt 2.0. So yeah, guys, this is something huge. It's amazing, and of course the rest of the amazing investors that we got on board. It's everybody are AAA VC funds, which is amazing.
No, indeed. I'm just happy that finally we can say this, because there is a lot of time during these months where, of course, we knew it. So first of all, I just now that it's public, I need to know who is the whistleblower that when he came to Tel Aviv, to meet with the first VCs there and with Play Studios, there was a whistleblower that texted on I remember on the Coin group saying Umberto is in Tel Aviv for raising the funds, and we were like, how the hell the guy knows. So there must be some whistleblower.
I
Maybe
know how they know. I know how they know. Remember the day that you had some kind of an interview? I can't remember who it was with. You had an interview and you said that you're in Tel Aviv. So I guess just people made, like 1+1, and they understood what's
yeah.
going on.
Well,
Also,
my bet
there's
is that
also the chance
Tomer is
that
the
one of
whistleblower.
no.
Oh, well, I'm just whistling all the time.
No, probably it could be one of the investors that we met, maybe decided not to invest, and he thought, oh, let's just spoil it for everyone. It also happens, obviously, people learn, especially when they're under an anonymous user and it doesn't track back to them, they do whatever they want. It's not the same as being an owner of what you say.
Yeah, but I just joking about it, and I want to say that again. I'm finally as a CEO, since I mean, as you all guys know, probably guy from the community didn't know, but this has been like probably what I've been working aside everything else. I've been working quite a lot on this one since November, and I couldn't make it, of course, if it wasn't for the team. Because the entire Kryptomon team was capable, that it's working tremendously. So I had also the headspace to focus and trying to, bring enough resources to give to all the Kryptomon team everything they need to perform the best. Because at the end of the day, my job as a CEO is focusing on my people, focusing on my community and my people, and making sure that everyone has everything they need to perform and to having great time. And so I'm very happy that finally the news is out. We can share it. People, you can go share it. Now it's time to celebrate, and tomorrow morning it will go back time to work, because at the end of the day, now we have fully fledged resources to really bring Kryptomon from the MVP, which is right now, to the next stage. And the next stage, it will be a very important stage for all of us, for us as a company, for us as a community, for us as a team. I think that time's up, because I need now want to go and grabbing a beer. So, and guys, it's been a pleasure sharing this news with you. I'm so happy. And as a founder, I couldn't imagine that 1 year ago I was there. We launched the first campaign exactly 1 year ago. And, Kryptomon was just an idea. I wrote down the white paper. We start having the first people coming in. Some of the community are members that we have are still from those days. And then 1 year after, we are here celebrating this very big fundraising and this step up for the company. And it couldn't be, to be honest, I never imagined that this could happen. And I'm very proud and I'm very happy for everything that we achieved. So thank you very much. Of course, Tomer, Amit, and all the rest of the team. Bart is just because I see it's in front of me right now. And but all the rest of the team, thank you very much for what we achieved. Thank you very much for all the moderators. Thank you very much to all the community members for being such a great people, such a great community. I'm really now looking forward to see what is going to happen, what comes for all of us in the next years. So, guys, thank you.
I'm very optimistic. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. None of this could have happened without you, without this awesome, amazing community of ours. We love you. Thank you for everything. And yeah, now's the hard work is in front of us, as they say.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.